All righty. How do we do this? Good morning. Go. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Moses explained why it was necessary to renew and strengthen the covenant that God first forged with the Jewish people at Mount Sinai, 40 years prior. Perhaps in the intervening 40 years, some of them began to think that they could avoid God's corrective punishment if they would be disloyal to Him. But they could avoid it. I don't understand what I just read. Okay, I'm going to wait for it to be Yoni's turn so that he can explain what I just read. But good morning, Vyaska. Good morning, Paul. Shalom just dropped out. Oh, yeah. Vyaska.
Okay. My battery is almost finished, but you know what? I'm going to go out from the minion of the Rebbe, and I'm going to go out to recharge myself, because it's very important for me to be here now with you guys. That's what I feel it's the most important thing in my life, and I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go out now. Okay, I'm going to go out. Wow. Okay, I'm going outside. I'm going to be involved with you guys. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Rabbi Yoska. Shalom Schwartzberg, it's your turn.
Okay, wow.
Someone's using my earphones, so I can't hear anything yet. I'm too lazy to get up. Yeah.
Timid, come in.
Okay, pass.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Morning, everyone at Isaac's house. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Rabbi Isaac. Good morning, Shalom. Good morning to all of our viewers on YouTube. Hello, everyone. It's good to see everyone today. Hey, if we put ads on YouTube, do you think we'll make money? Can we do that? No? Okay. You know what? Never mind. Forget it. Okay.
That's this pass. Oh, it's also world camp. Okay, fine. Yeah, so Avi, if you were able to just put that out, yes, sorry, go. My bad.
Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. It's pretty early, 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, to listen to, especially Shalom.
We could hear you.
Good morning. How's your winery job going? Good. I think I'll pass.
No. Yeah, no worries. Just finishing brachas right now. Isaac. All right. So. Okay, so people started thinking that they could avoid God's punishment if they were disloyal to Him. After 40 years of being wandering in the desert, they kind of wandered off with their mind as well. Why we wait impatiently for the future? Man sasayf harava es hatzmea. Moses told the Jewish people not to try to add the drunken to the thirsty. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 18. Yaska, it's a big surprise for me to still have you here because you just said you were going, so I'm very happy you're still with us. Shalom Schwartzberg, good morning. Shalom Schwartzberg, good morning. Shalom Schwartzberg, good morning. Shalom Schwartzberg, chilling. Yeah, Avi, I think you have to have like 20,000 people view your video with the ad to make $100 on YouTube. So I'm not exactly sure we would make too much money. Hey, good morning, Wendy.
Morning.
You're
I'm
missed.
just gonna join listen because I'm going to drive right now, so I'm just gonna listen. Background.
Okay, so yeah, I can't say much time left, unfortunately. I also think, okay, that's what I thought I was saying. I just wasn't sure because of the wording. Like it says that they could avoid his punishment by being disloyal to him. But then I realized that it meant that they thought after 4 years. Maybe I was got you.
Good to see you, Yoni. I just see all of you. It's nice. I just want to know. I have to find out that I can hear clear more the way you speak because I want to respond with you and I'm fighting to be in time with you guys. You're putting an effort and I care about it so much. I had a plan and I canceled my plan. I saw you guys and because I forgot because it's middle of the day. Shalom, yes, thank you for giving this. I don't want to betray you, so I'm trying to be in time and I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Because it's middle of the day, it's like 9:45 till it's like 11:45. And I made up, I'm going to daven. I decided I'm not going to daven the minion today because I have to be in FiveAlive. So, and Cooperman, I'm so happy Yossi Cooperman came. Very nice. So I said I want to come and I want people to come to be for me. I will be for you. And
Thank you, Rabbi Yosef. Shalom Schwarzberg.
I don't really have anything to say. Hi, Mendy. It's good to see you. Shalom, just by the way, I'm 6 hours into my shift, and it's pretty much 6 p.m., so don't judge me. It's basically like the evening for me. Pass.
Mandy, if you could unmute yourself, just nod with your head, yes or no. Unmute yourself, and you have a minute.
Yeah, you guys can hear me? I'm actually at a red light right now. I'm actually going, I think, like 20, 30 minutes away.
Please speak up.
What?
Speak up, please.
Me? So I'm going to the bank right now. I'm at a red light, so I won't really be able to join. I'm actually starting to drive again. It's a certain green, so I'm gonna be driving for the next half hour. So I'm joining just to listen. So you know what I'm saying? Ah.
You don't know how to mute him.
Avi.
Okay. Come back and continue reading a little bit. We possess two souls, a divine soul, which seeks to enhance our relationship with God, and a human/animal soul, which seeks physical comfort and the pleasures of secular intellectual stimulation.
The pressure that our human animal soul craves are more readily available in our physical world, so it is drawn compared to our divine soul, so which thirst of godliness only in the messianic future when godliness will be openly filled, will the divine soul be drawn with divinity at his back.
Isaac, 10 seconds. Oh, go ahead. All right, so we're gonna take an intermission for Couple seconds waiting for Isaac to come. No, we're gonna wait for you. 5 seconds, man. No, actually, that's that. 20 seconds, okay, fine. Okay, so you can just wait. You can go back. I guess we'll help back and then. In the meantime. Regardless of whether Isaac would be talking about your eating, so people will just be watching you eat. Cheers, guys. Let's go ahead.
Pass.
Cereal.
Pass.
I feel pressure to pass from that, but I'm not. I'm just no. All right, so it's a little confusing to me because first it says do not try to add the drunk to the thirsty, but over here it's saying that everybody will be drunk with divinity at a certain point, which means that we will have to mix them when godliness is revealed. So maybe then it is okay to mix them. I don't really know. It's interesting. And the wording is interesting. Like it doesn't say full or anything. It uses drunk with divinity. What if I have a really high tolerance? Could be an issue. And Shalom, stop saying you don't have what to say because you all like when I'm with you, you never don't have anything to say. I'm sure you can find what to talk about. Just talk. All right. And Yaska, do you hear us? Yaska.
You know, I don't hear you clear. I don't know what's the problem. I think it's a nice song. Rabbi Isaac make sure the song would be heard good, and everybody would check how everybody hears it, because it's music, and I don't know. It's a very high level, so I understand because I want to be involved completely. That's what's going on. I want to share with you something crazy, but I don't believe it's possible for you to comprehend the idea. Why? Because it's so plain and so logical and so not doesn't make any sense and so it makes sense. It's so real. By you feeling, by you telling your head to your body, I like this idea, or I like you, I love you, and your body say I love you. Now, you know what? You manage to tell yourself to do something, and just inspiring your emotions, you will accomplish.
Show them.
I don't have anything to say, but actually I do have one thing to say to Shalom. That I just say that because I need to collect my thoughts, and instead of saying or like stuff like that, like I just did, then I just do that. Yeah. Done.
Mendel. Menachem Mendel Hellman. You can't unmute. Oh, see? Unmute. Menachem Mendel Hellman, do you want to speak? No, he's driving, just listening. Okay? Avi, go ahead.
Okay. I will continue reading, if that's okay. Third paragraph after the script. In the meantime, our human/animal souls attempt to add the drunken to the thirsty. This side of our personality knows that material pleasures are too shallow to satisfy us in any meaningful or long-lasting way. Yet, it deceptively argues that the spiritual fulfillment that our divine soul seeks in the study of the Torah, prayer, and the performance of God's commandments are more readily available to us in the enticements of this world. Thank you.
Isaac, welcome back. You should have passed. You always have something bad to say, and I want to hear it. I want to have something bad said, or no one should pass. Something to say. Let's just go. No. Oh, use my tap.
I was actually just in the middle of catching up here. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. Avi, Mendel, Shalom, Rabbi and Shalom, Yoni. Yasi? No.
And Isaac.
The best.
And Isaac.
The pleasures that our human animal soul craves are more readily available to in our physical world, so it is drunk. No, yeah, right now, for some reason, I see like, you know when you look at a bright light and then you look away, you see like something floating, like you see a residual of that light. So for some reason, I see that whenever I look at the screen. Like, right here. Very strange. Hard to see the words. Pleasures that our human animal soul craves are more readily available to our physical world, so it is drunk compared to our divine soul, which thirsts for guidance.
I don't get that paragraph. Yet it deceptively argues that the spiritual fulfillment that our divine soul seeks in the study of Torah, prayer, and the performance of God's commandments are more readily available to us in the enticements of this world. Now I get it. In the enticements itself, when we indulge ourselves in the physical world, is in order we're able to fulfill God's commandments more readily. It's more readily trying to find. So that's so fun. Oh, in the cold night, underneath the desert sky, my love came to me in the flash of bright headlights. In the dark, as I opened up my eyes, open for a ride, then I saw headlights. By the way, I looked back a year plus ago and watched the video. I'm like, why? Why did I do that?
I don't know what song that is.
Oh, like 80 Rock or 80 Rock? Oh, 80 Rock.
Yeah, I say, by the way, like I have something with my eyes, like I've gone to doctors for, and like none of them can figure out what it is. Like anytime I look somewhere, at the furthest place I look, I could just see tiny red and blue dots spinning, like billions of them, just like tiny. And it doesn't bother me because I'm used to it. It's just the way I see things. But it's just really weird. I don't really know how to explain it. If I knew how to explain it, I'd probably be able to get it taken care of. Really interesting. Yeah. I guess it's because the white light is very bright. Glassness. I mean, for you, not for me.
Yosuke.
Okay. I think to share with you something very something is in so much. Just one thing I want to tell you. It takes a small thing, the Rebbe says, to explain your emotions, and then actions happens. There's this lightning from the brain to the heart, small light, that the heart get activated, basically is higher than all the levels of everything. It makes you do things. Like example, you want to go to meet somebody, you want to speak to somebody, the emotions that you have is going to affect the guy. So you just have to tell yourself, be emotional, and really contemplate the idea. Just this small thing. I didn't explain myself, the Samaim of the Rebbe, but I'm excited about it.
Shalom Schwarzberg. muting us before I'm able to finish saying Shalom Shlomo. And you guys just listening. Avi.
Yoni, thank you. And Rav Isaac, it's good to see you. I saw yesterday. I watched the ant video again, like a little bit more carefully, and it's a cool video. The guy it's a little annoying, his accent, but the video is cool. So, okay, thank you.
Yes, it's your turn. Look at this. All right. This one. So, let's go. So, I'm actually in the middle of working on reading this. I'm pushing working harder. In the meantime, our human animal soul attempts to add the drunkard to the thirsty, the side of our personality, to know that material pleasures are too shallow to satisfy us in any meaningful or long-lasting way. Yet it deceptively argues that the spiritual fulfillment that our divine soul seeks in the study of the Torah, prayer, and the performance of God's commandments are more readily available to us in the enticements of this world. So basically, we're talking about a human, right? The animal soul, pretty much versus the godly soul. Godly soul wants more godliness. Animal soul wants more materiality. Jesse? Don't think so.
May have died. Oh, that around. If you could scroll down. Our challenge in life is not to listen to this voice, but to listen instead to our inner voice of our divine soul and order our priorities in accordance with both our and God's true interests. Or HaTorah, Devarim, page 1193. Yes, Isaac, 1190. That's the page that you find it out in Or HaTorah. Either way, I also got confused in the second to last paragraph. I'm guessing, based on how I read it, it's saying that, hey, this candy bar would taste better and we'd be able to fulfill God's will better if we just eat it just because we want to enjoy it. Because it's God's world and we want to enjoy God's world. It's God made it for us to enjoy. So we're going to be able to fulfill the commandment of enjoying that stuff.
Maybe by making a bracha on their student, I guess that's the same thing as acknowledging and sharing food. But yeah, it was also when I read it the first semester, it was explained to me because I didn't understand the read. So a little bit complicating, whatever. Avi, you have to talk more. First few days, you were talking the whole time, 12 minutes. Now it's just like, yes, yeah.
My turn? My turn now? I'm getting carried away with the listening. I'm just have a whole explanation in my body because I have to do things. Sit here. I'm fighting with myself to sit here because it's very important I should sit here. And they have the Cooperman. It's very nice that you're here. Yes, the Cooperman. Very nice. And so all the guys are very special over here to me. Each individual. And I want to say names, Yoni, Sholem, Mandy, Avi, definitely, Sholem, Schlossberg, everybody. So it's very, I think, and just that I want to share with you a lot of things, but I don't feel I can do it. I have to find a way how we can communicate better over here. I'm trying to figure it out.
I think that the next step is,
And,
I have a pricing quote already in hand. It's higher than 250. I already
Hello?
so we need to bring it.
Sean Schwartzberg.
I don't have anything to say. Pass.
Okay, he passes.
Maybe to communicate better, we could start using Snapchat for daily wisdom. I'm telling you, we could do Snapchat streaks. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, if you guys are interested, let me know for sure. I don't know if you can do it on YouTube though, but So I heard something that why are people offended? Like if I say you're mean or you're this or that, why do I care what you have to say to me? And a lot of times if someone says something mean to me, I get sad and people dictate how you feel and it shouldn't be that way. So when someone says something to you, the first thing you should feel is it true? If it's not, then I don't care what you're saying because it's not true. And if it is true, then say, okay, so I'll work on myself. But other than that, don't just let people dictate, oh, they say something negative, I feel bad. Don't let people dictate it. Know for yourself.
All right.
So wants to show Snapchat code. I'll show you. So Psalm Shortberg. Yeah, stuff to say. Just not interested in saying it. So don't say that again that you don't have anything to say. Or I will. Lyle, how far are you? Fred? How far are we? A couple hours driving. I will rent the cheapest car I could find. And I will drive over to you and punch you in the face till you start speaking. So, also, you have to think about what I said. I don't understand this paragraph. Use this whole thing today. So, hi, Mandy. How you good? Yeah.
So, the animal soul is called a drunk one. Why? Because what does it want? It wants materiality. And it's surrounded by it. It's easily accessible. A bunch of, right? Yashmis, like vapes and jewels and phones and all the other stuff that we get totally involved in. Okay? And the godly soul is very thirsty because it's more difficult to get godliness. It's not easily accessible. You have to actually go and get it. In time of Mashiach, though, there's going to be godliness will be open and revealed and easily accessible. So that would be good for the godly soul. But in the meantime, meaning in the time of Golas, we have the animal soul attempts to say that you could get that from materiality.
So basically, yes, Isaac, I'm on Instagram, but here's something great. I used to be on Explore all the time, so I decided I'm not going to go on Explore anymore. Since then, I've been on Explore every single day, but less time. So I haven't done what I wanted, but I got at least some time back. There we go. FiveAlive. I have it on my sweat thing that says FiveAlive. Let's do old school, what I used to do. Also, I used to streak FiveAlive every day on Snapchat. I would do it, me personally. So we had that happening, Avi. Oh wow, and it went by fast. Oh, Rabieska, are you using half and halves or are you using inked?
Yeah, I don't know how the Snapchat thing would work. I mean, I think they made it in a way where you're able to, what's it called now? You're able to do like group calls or whatever. It's really interesting. Instagram also did that. I saw a bunch of more things. Oh, WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, you could have 4 people on the call. Did it with FaceTime. Like in the summer, I used to FaceTime like 3 kids from Japan, whatever. Somebody would FaceTime me and then add people on the call. Schwartzberg, Mueller, Barnett, just keep switching off. Pretty chill. But yeah, I don't really understand this. This is above my level of comfort. No, it's actually really not. It's not that complicated. Yeah, it's basically trying to convince you to get the godly pleasures without God.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to when I speak. I'm gonna hang up. I was waiting patiently. I had to go leave before even, and I pushed myself to be. I'm gonna try to figure out how I'm gonna manage to be in time and every time. And I pushed a lot this time. I went out of my way a lot, and I did a lot of smashing of myself, my ego, and it's very important for me to be here. So I think it's very precious for me, this thing, FiveAlive, and the devotion of Sholem Berkovich, Sholem Schwarzberg, and Avi, and Yosef Kupa, and Yoni, and Rabbi Isaac. Just your devotion, guys, are very, very special for me. So I want to be also devoted and committed to you guys. And, because I have my thought, I think this is the way the world become a better world. So I'm happy to be here. It was an effort, but at least I'm proud of myself to tell myself, hey, be here. And I hope to see you very soon. Tomorrow, God willing.
Thank you, Rabbi Yosef. Oh, Shalom Schwarzberg, your turn.
better say something.
Okay, keep passes.
What?
Well, it's your turn.
Hey, so mute yourself. So something I like what Avi said. It's very true because especially like you see. Okay, I think I'll have to say this for later. All right, I pass.
Avi, your turn.
Okay, so I'm holding you to it. Schwartzberg, you have to save it for later. So that means whenever you talk next, I'm waiting to hear all about it. Thank you very much. All about it. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, do you the last minute or you have to leave? Even.
That's not a reason to pass. You pause it. But that's not a reason to pass. I don't know a reason to pass. You know, yesterday I was about to say something. Isaac, you would enjoy this. I don't know where you are. Either way, yesterday I was saying I have to mention something about burden and uplifting. Burden, as in a lot of people growing up, at least as far as I know, conversations that I've had, conversations that I've been involved in. There's a lot of people that have the idea that we have all this history, and the history's on our shoulders, and therefore it's a very big burden to be able to hold up the whole history of Judaism, be able to hold up the whole legacy of Judaism, being able to continue and living the expectations of others. But then you can look at it the other way. We have all this history lifting us up to a specific standard, not because it's a bad thing, but this history, this legacy, this expectation is not for us. In order to, all right, see you guys.
Enjoy doing it. Oh, Shalom, what shoes are you wearing? I see brown shoes every day. You got brown shoes? Looks like you're wearing Shalom shoes or something. Oh, you got boots. Like hiking boots or something. Like worker man. Oh, Shalom's a redneck. Almost. Shalom. When you actually it's not good, no man. Good morning, Taika. What? Michael, Sean wants you to say good morning to him. Well, sorry, Sean, I tried. Alright. Sean, it's your turn to talk.
Oh, so what I wanted to say was yesterday I had like a pretty bad day. I'm talking about like my work shift, and then because like people kept getting upset at me for little things. I was like doing everything right, and people were getting upset. So I thought to myself, like, from their point of view, I was doing things wrong. I just didn't know better, or was like, and I was just like doing my own thing. And I see where they're coming from, but they weren't trying to like hurt me. They were just trying to make me do the right thing, and I was doing everything right. So I was like, just trying not to upset people, I guess. Except being on my phone, because being on my phone is like not okay, because I never hear the workers the first time when they call me. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I pass.
Avi. Oh, Mendy.
Yeah,
Mendy.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just got out of the bank, and I'm gonna have to drive again back to my house because I'm in upstate New York right now, and the bank is like quite far from my house because I've been working with my father in the flour mill, making flour for matzah, and it's been hard work to be up for like 12 hours straight. You have to like make sure everything's running properly, loading it into the containers, picking it up, putting it down, making sure the guy's doing what he's supposed to do, switching the sacks, putting in new ones, taking down the old ones. It's a whole process. It's 24 hours running. Right now my father's working, I was working all night. So it's like 12 hours, 12 hours. Yeah. And I won't be able to talk now because I'm driving back. But if by chance I'm able to say, okay, Sheikhna.
Avi.
Mandy, that sounds like a lot of work. Good job. It's good to see you. Shalom. Good job. Don't care too much about what other people think. I'm reading a little bit of the Chavetz Chaim book every day about like judging people, and it's not that you shouldn't judge people. You should just judge people favorably, and there's like a big difference. So like what I learned is that most people are really really dumb, and no, I'm kidding. That's not what I learned. But I don't know. I read a little bit of it every day, just like a page. But I think it's a really, really cool book, and there's a lot to know from it. And just having that mindset all the time is really awesome.
Oh, Shalom, if you're at work and they don't let you use your phone, don't use it. Because I don't want to hear, I don't think Isaac wants to hear you. I hear it because you're using your phone to watch FiveAlive. But do you want to hear that, Isaac? I don't think so. Yeah, so, just got, let's go. Great, it's not working.
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to, should I attempt? That the animal soul basically knows that you're never gonna satisfy this thirst with this shallow stuff. So, right, so what does it do? It gets you excited about something. It kind of convinces you that you could get this long, satisfaction from the materiality, when in reality you don't. So I'm going to tell you, you want to feel good about yourself? Get that jewel. Get that jewel. It's going to do it. It's going to do it. It's going to do it. And then you get the jewel, and it doesn't do it. You want to feel good about yourself? Go to the winery. And you're going to feel good. You're going to feel good. You're going to feel good. And then it just doesn't do it. And Sean, didn't say one thing since like a week. I've been waiting patiently, sort of.
All right, Avi, funny that you mentioned it. Isaac, I don't know if you're familiar with the phone line, but I used to call a phone line. It was like for stories and whatever, but it was run by a non-Chabad organization, and it was like kids stories. It was called Wonder Words. 718-305-6960. I'm never gonna forget that number. So since it was run by like non-Chabad, they always used to have like they would have stories, and then they would say, listen to stories of the Chafetz Chaim or whatever, and they would always do like a lot of things about judging people and just different stories and perspectives. So as a kid, I would listen to a lot of that besides for the actual story tapes because they put them into funny scenarios. It was just really funny. No, this is a Chafetz Chaim Heritage Foundation for stories. Press one for stories. Yeah, basically, that was my childhood. My brothers are still listening to them. Oh yeah, pass.
Shalom.
Said what in a week? Didn't hear. It was hard to hear, so I don't know if you said it or not, but I didn't hear what you said. Are you talking about like the learning? Like say something on the learning? Okay, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. It's really loud here. I'm struggling to hear, especially Shalom. Like I'm just trying to hear anything I can, and that's it. I can't like think enough to input my own information. I pass.
Mendel can't speak. Avi.
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Shalom, if you got another turn, I'm just curious, what's the weather over there? Just wondering. Thank you. Goodbye.
Which song? So you're saying, well, the Julie singing makes you think it's good, and then you just realize it's bad, right? That's what it's bad always. Be garbage. It's not good, and something. I think it's like a thing for everyone to start. A lot of people I see have pressure to start like a King Jets. How many people are asking me? I say no to most people because I don't want to get them started on these garbage. It's messed up. I just think it's cool, but I'm trying. I'll try it once. I'll try it twice. I won't get addicted. I'm not addicted. It's all garbage. They got to be honest with themselves.
Basically telling you where you think you would get fulfillment and long-term satisfaction from. And basically, in short, you can't get it from materiality. Simply doesn't work. Sometimes I think that we have to go out and try it on our own in order to get over our own selves, I guess. I think you have good advice for other people, but I don't think you take your own advice. For example, it's a good point that you make, but you're not listening to you, so why would other people listen to you? I don't think you're addicted or even close to it, but there's other reasons why people do things.
Yeah, I guess you're definitely not addicted to it because Isaac told me recently that for me it was very hard to go without it for any amount of time, and then Isaac told me that most of it is in your head, and that in order to get addicted, you need to be smoking like 3 packs a day for like 5 years to get properly addicted. And I did Shabbos, and I didn't have an issue at all. Even after Shabbos, I didn't use it right away. And I think anybody that buys a jewel that wasn't smoking or isn't coming off of smoking is stupid, because it's basically buying yourself a nicotine toy, using it to entertain yourself and to take care of your boredom or whatever, and you're screwing yourself over in many ways. So, yips, basically. Like the reason why it was made was how people get off cigarettes, and they unfortunately attracted the wrong attention with that.
Shalom.
I agree what you're saying about the fulfillment. I mean, I don't have to agree, but like it's applicable for me. I think this is pretty good. Like for me to have like this hour, pretty much the rest of the day is working or sleeping and like watching shows for like maybe an hour or two, just before I go to sleep. So like, I don't really have that much like downtime. So I like that I get to do this at least. And Avi, you said you wanted me to address something. I forgot what it was. You could say it. I don't get it. Oh, how hot? It's 63. It's 63.
Thank you, Shalom. Stop smoking. Go ahead, Avi.
Thank you, Shalom. Okay. Now I feel better that I know that. Okay. Also, what are the stocks in your area currently? No, I'm kidding. No, you're good. You better say something. No. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys, they can show up. Yeah, I think people are looking for identification, like from the things, like everything is meant to make you feel good. Nothing lasts long. People say that why anyone can think it's gonna make them happy. Their phone's gonna go fast. It works for a day, and then they just say, I need a year later. They said the iPhone 11 comes up, and they feel like they need the newest one. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this phone. I really not really thought about upgrading. Other people, like right now, they'd be like going crazy to find a couple $100 to upgrade. I think people need to find a better way to satisfy themselves.
See, so I have a challenge. Okay, so basically it's like this. In this setting, it would be a perfect place to actually gain and learn, right? So besides for learning the information, actually know how it applies. So my natural tendency is, and I don't know if everybody's like this or it's just me, but I definitely have this, is to actually not judge very favorably other people. And basically any judging favorably takes active work. And it's interesting that you said that quote, Avi, because I literally been saying that for a bunch of years. And I got it from Kirky Ellis. Yeah, okay. So, meaning it doesn't say don't judge, it says judge favorably. So I thought that was cool. And part of the thing is that I want to know how to apply this to me. So if anybody knows how to say that.
It's being Holocaust close, right? Also, Chafetz Chaim. That's one of the main things that, basically, I think it's one of the main things that he focused on or emphasized on was to judge everybody favorably. And I think the way to apply it to yourself is it's just work. You have to change your mindset. Instead of automatically thinking negatively about somebody or not thinking about somebody, if you see somebody doing something, try justifying it for him in your head the same way you would be able to justify it for yourself if you were the one doing it. No. Isaac, that was for you. All right, awesome. Shalom, took you really long to pick up that hint. Pretty cute. No? No. Now you don't even remember what hints. I'm talking about when we were trying to remind you that we asked you about the weather. It took you a very long time to pick up on that.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful,
It's a
beautiful
repeat.
day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's my problem. No go. I don't get Avi's hand gestures back. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Bye.